Hi there, good morning. Thanks for joining with me today. A man lived in a small town. He hated his job in a local factory. He wanted to be an artist, to be a painter, and one day a lawyer called and said a relative had died and left him a significant sum of money. The lawyer said all he had to do was sign a few papers and the inheritance would be his. Excited about the possibility, the man chucked his job and headed for the city. And halfway there, he came to a sign that said road closed, and there was no suggested detour. He had no map, no money, he was getting low in petrol, and so he sat there staring at the sign and began to wonder, was it all worth it? After all, the lawyer didn't exactly say how large was the inheritance, and he thought, maybe if I hurry back to the town I'll get my old job back. Things weren't just so bad, were they? We all face roadblocks in our life. Michelangelo was once asked how he was able to imagine the sculpture he had created from a block of marble, and he said, well, there's an angel in there and I've got to set it free. And he chipped away and was left with his masterpiece. There's something special in each of us. The Hebrew slaves were given a vision by Moses. They had left Egypt behind, they had arrived at the shores of the Red Sea, and Pharaoh was chasing them. One man probably said, we'll never get across in chariots, they're right in our tail. Another said, how did we ever get into this mess in the first place? Can we blame them? But when you think of it, the Red Sea isn't the only roadblock, isn't it? It's the temptation to abandon our dream. Tom Weir was a real character who lived in the village of Gartaharn, just up the road from where I stay, with his wife Rona, who was a local headmistress. Tom, with his woolly bonnet, travelled all over Scotland, up mountains, down hills, into glens, in a televised programme called Weir's Way. Millions watched it. But he once appeared in a radio programme, one of these phone-in things, and he told me that one woman come on, he recognised his voice as his old headmistress. And she said, are you the Tom Weir that used to go to Denison School? And he said, I am. She said, I was your headmistress, but I never thought you would come to very much. Or the child who's plonking away at the piano and is told, stop that racket. Or the school report that says you'll never be the young scientist of the year. I know one child who was told that went on to become an honours graduate. We all get roadblocks. People trying to convince us, you can't do this, you can't do that, you have no real talent, and you're bound to fail. And maybe it's a temptation to accept the security of what's behind instead of the promise that may lie ahead. So Moses speaks to God. The wind shifts, the spirit moves, the water's held back, and the window of opportunity is seized. They cross the sea and they gather on the dry land on the other side. Red Seas are always there. Signs will say, road closed. The road behind will beckon, saying, maybe being a slave's not all that bad. But we call for help, seas part, God is with us. And that's the message of Exodus. And it's a good message for us today. Never doubt you're special. You're unique. You're a child of God. And I don't care what age you are. Listen, thanks again, as always, for listening to me this morning. God bless you.